I know Zoro being lost is one of the biggest memes in One Piece, and how everybody's like, oh, Zoro's lost and he's going to be the one that finds the One Piece because he got lost. And that's what I want to talk about in this video is sometimes what if Zoro is actually the one that is not lost and everybody else is lost on their path and he's the one that's actually going down the right route? Because what if these memes that everybody else in the community is coming up with is actually how things are? Because nobody is ever truly lost. Everybody is on the path that they need to be on. And yet it was always a running gag in One Piece that like Zoro's lost, like, oh no, he's lost. What are we going to do about him? Like, oh, it's actually this way that we're going. It's like, but what if the route that he was taking to go was the route that we were supposed to go, but everybody didn't believe him. So they're like, hey, we're supposed to go this way. I'm just hypothetically thinking, and this is just my own way of like getting these ideas into your mind so that you can think about things in a different way, because maybe right now you feel lost. Maybe right now you feel like you can't amount to anything. Maybe you feel like you're worthless, that you're garbage, that you don't have anything going for you in your life because you just have every single route that you take, you seem to run into a dead end, a brick wall, or everybody else is telling you like, no, it's this way. And you're like, no, it's this way. I swear to you, like, it's this way. Like, come with me, follow me, like, trust me, like, I believe that it's this way. You're like, no, Zoro, like, it's not that way. It's this way. Like, the battle's this way. And he's like, no, I swear to you guys, like, it's this way. I promise you, like, trust me, just come with me. And everybody's like, no. So this is the thing that I want you to realize is your path is individually tailored to you. Whatever path it is that you are on right now is the path that you are meant to be on. If everybody else is telling you that you're lost, that you aren't in the right place, like that you're going in the wrong direction or whatever it may be, like you're not doing things correctly, they are incorrect. Because Zoro never would have found one of his swords if he didn't get lost. He never would have found the Vice Admiral in Acapello, if I'm remembering correctly, if he didn't get lost. Like, he's not the one that's actually getting lost. Everybody else is lost because they're telling him to go in different places, but he's trying to go down the path that he wants to go down, because the path that he's going down is the path that he's meant to go down. Just as you yourself are going down the path that you're meant to go down, and when you go down the path that you're meant to go down, you're going to find and go and show up and be in all these magnificent, wonderful, amazing places because you decided to show up in a different way than you were showing up beforehand. As you show up in different ways, you'll start to see things and be in different places. Like, I've gone on hikes over this past year, and even when I go to the gym as well too, but like when I go on hikes, like I can possibly be quote unquote lost, but I'm like, I just felt like I was meant to go to this said hike. I felt like I was meant to go to this said place, and then I go to this place, and then I run into these people, and then I have an amazing story, or I meet people that like know applied kinesiology or like have done travel agencies, and then we go sit down and we have a beer, and it's like you could be like, you're lost, and I'm like, no, I'm actually not lost. I'm found. I'm going down the path that I'm meant to. I'm allowing life to take its route through me so that I can inspire you to be like, hey, you know what, I feel compelled to go do this thing today, but you were stuck at home and you're like, I don't feel like going and doing this because I need to watch this anime or I need to read this manga or something like that. And that's where I tell you, it's just like, that's okay, like if that's what you're gonna do, but like, what if you were meant to go somewhere else? And that's where I'd also be like, well, you are supposed to be at the exact same place that you are at right now. But just hypothetically, think about this. Like, what if you're meant to go try something else? You were meant to go to this different place, and you didn't go do it because you were afraid of what would happen. But it's like, you have to be willing to be lost to be found. It's a weird paradox, but like you going down a different path is going to be the exact path that you need to go down. Like whenever I go on walks, I might take the same walk some days. I might take a little bit of a different walk some days. Then I'll find something, or I'll have a conversation, or I'll overhear something from somebody else because I was quote unquote lost. But like if you go to these different places, whenever you're trying to come up with new ideas or think about things a little bit differently, you might hear a conversation from somebody else, or you might be like directed towards this different area that you weren't originally directed towards, and then you'll have these different thoughts and these different ideas, and then you'll come up with different solutions, and then you'll find a new sword, or you'll find a different perspective, or you'll find a new friend, or you'll make a new friend, or you'll have a different story, or you'll interact with a different person. Maybe you'll even find your wife, something along those lines, because you decided to show up and go to different places than you were going to. Let's say you're too afraid to even go to different places. Okay, I get it. I understand that. I've been there as well too. Then the things will just come to you, because things will always come to you regardless of where you are at, because they are always meant for you. You will always be able to change. You will always be able to perceive things differently. You will always be able to evolve in the ways that you need to be able to evolve in. This is just how the world works. This is how the world exists. And it's never about you being lost, because you're never lost on your journey. You're never lost in the life that you live. You're always in the exact place that you need to be in right now. Because if you're fat and lazy, now you can make those adjustments. If you're broke and poor, you can make those adjustments. It's never about being lost. It's about realizing and acknowledging the story and the life that you have chosen to live, even if it goes against the grain of what everybody else is doing. Because there's somebody out there that needs to hear your words. There's somebody out there that needs to be inspired by your art. There's somebody out there that wants to see the creative aspect that you have within yourself. AI is making this more and more easy for all of us everywhere that we go right now. It's allowing for us to create things and show our creativity and create aspects and drawings and art and all these wonderful, amazing things in this world now, because we have been able to come to the realization that our world is our oyster. We have the ability to, quote unquote, be lost while finding ourselves. Because sometimes the best way to know where you're at is by knowing that you have everything in front of you. You have all the answers. You have every knowledge. You know where you're going. You're never actually lost. You are always supported. You are always cared for. You always have the people around you that are helping you and guiding you to the direct place that you need to be. So I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter today, just for the sake of keeping it short, because a lot of us, we may feel lost. We may feel alone. We may feel scared. But that's the thing. You're never alone. You're never scared. You're never lost. You are exactly where you're meant to go, regardless of what other people are telling you. Because you yourself have your own life purpose. You yourself have your own strengths. You yourself know what you are capable of doing because you have climbed the mountains. You have lifted the weights. You have made the money. You have inspired the people. You have had the conversations. You have listened to others. You have endured everything that you can endure. And now you are on the home stretch and you are making it in new ways, in amazing ways, because you decided to have the courage to do what others were not willing to do. And from that, you are being rewarded in the most amazing, magnificent ways. If you like these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel with notifications on. Leave a comment down below of where you have felt or been lost, and I will check out with you. I'll check you out. I will hear from you in the next video. Thank you for watching.